Our mission as souls is to remember who we are, where we came from, that we're eternal souls.
Can you explain to me what your definition then of God is?
If you want to know what God is, experience it directly. Until the knower of knowledge is known, the entire field of knowledge is baseless. Know yourself. We're no more these bodies than we are our cars when we get them to drive down the road to the supermarket. So when you have an experience that you're not this body, there's a disidentification, a separation that happens, that this body is a vehicle for experience, but that's not who we are.
Do you believe that soul contracts are real?
Yeah. We're here to experience as souls. We're here to experience all of the contrasts. And in those experiences, there's certain groups of souls that share common experiences to remember who we are versus that which we're not.
What happens after physical death?
When the body dies, it's an OBE. An OBE is a controlled death experience, just like near-death experiences. We're eternal souls, and that it can be said also that we are gods, so to speak. And anytime you worship something outside of yourself, you're diminishing yourself.
There is research that has been done on seeing alternate versions of yourself in a different timeline. When you leave your body, where are you exactly? What can you see? What does it look like?
I've had experiences of parallel lives. I would be like in a different lifetime or at a future time, and it felt so real. When I woke up, it felt like I was just in another place, like a parallel existence.
Before we start this podcast, I just want to make one humble request. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel and press the notifications bell icon. This really helps us bring more guests to the show and have the platform to spread wisdom. Thank you and enjoy the podcast.
Welcome to our show, Under the Tree, Stephano. I am very excited for our conversation today, and I'm sure that our viewers will be able to learn so much from the journey you've had and your experiences. Thank you for joining me.
I'm happy to be here, Mira, and nice to meet you. Thank you.
I want to start the conversation with talking about the comparison between how you feel during an outer body experience versus how you feel in this physical reality. A lot of times scriptures even compare this waking state to a dream-like state. And I'm just curious to know that when you leave your body, how does it feel in terms of your perception and also your emotions? Is it that same subjective experience, or is it a difference between that other realm and this physical waking state?
It feels exactly the same. There are some differences, but those differences are in direct proportion to your accrued familiarity with the experience. But in terms of normal differences, it feels just as real as this, as I said to your brother. But for me, the exception is that it feels lighter and more free. It's easier to be more available for possibilities and potentiality, because you could do whatever you want or go wherever you want. And that takes you have to get used to it a little bit. You need to continue with experience to get familiar with it.
Before we started shooting, you mentioned that you were also or had also participated in TM, Transcendental Meditation, and the TM Siddhi program some time back. And could you just compare maybe that feeling? And the reason I'm asking is because I've personally also practiced TM for several years and have also done the TM Siddhi program and yogic flying. And I do clearly remember that for me, when I had that experience, it almost felt like I transcended the mind. I remember that during that time, I was going through a lot of different problems in life, but because I was doing that practice, those problems didn't affect me as much because I wasn't too attached to the stories that my mind was saying. And And as you must know, in yogic flying, you're also able to essentially lift up in your body through the mantra. So I'm just curious if you can compare the OBE that you've been practicing with that specific program.
The commonality is the disassociation with the body and in some regards with the mind. The experience of TM for me, and I'm certain it's common for everyone, is how the attention settles down to the source of thought, and then there's a transcendence and it comes back. That going to the source of thought, to the source, that source is the void, has no attributes, but it's that wellspring of infinite potentiality and intelligence. And what's accomplished is every time you come back, you're bringing something back with you, and it increases the disidentification with the body and what I call the body-mind, the habituations of the body-mind. So the similarities, the commonality to me between that experience and the OBE practice is that the OBE practice is a more exaggerated experience. It's more exaggerated. But essentially, it's accomplishing the same thing as deep meditation, but in a more exaggerated way of disassociation with the body, and that you are more than your physical body. In fact, you're a soul that's independent of the body and the body-mind.
You've mentioned many times about how we should essentially identify ourselves not as this physical body and mind, but as soul. So can you elaborate a little bit more about who we actually are if we are not this physical body and mind? What exactly is our true nature? And then also, why did we as soul or as consciousness then decide to manifest in these forms in the first place? Because that's always a question that I've personally tried to study at a very deep level, where just understanding that if soul was happy in its true form, as formless as a light, then why did we then manifest into these body minds? So
the short answer to that brings us back to the description I gave with Aryan. And that is that the soul's purpose, the soul's value, the soul's mission is as an emissary, so to speak, again, language is limited, of this one vast nothingness, of this void, this infinite backdrop of foreverness that contains all possibilities, but it doesn't know itself. So the purpose of the soul was given attributes, and its purpose is to experience, so that one vast nothingness void, that Brahman, can experience itself. Because this is attributeless, has no attributes. And this was the result of this natural curiosity to know itself, which evolved into a desire. It wasn't a thought, it was just impulse. It was I was in it. I was just one vast nothingness. And then there was an experience of this impulse of curiosity. No thinking, just present stillness. An impulse of curiosity, and then an impulse of desire. And when it came back into my body, it all unraveled to me over a couple days. There it is. That's it. That curiosity and that desire to know itself spawned into all of what we know as the relative field. I'm going to use your language. The relative field. And the relative field's purpose and responsibility is that it has attributes. It was given attributes so that it can go out and experience all of the infinite variety, to experience that infinite potentiality and all of its forms and all of its combinations. It's just on and on and on and on. There's no end to it. To provide that experience. That's the soul's mission. Now, in more local traffic, our mission as souls is to remember, to get completely lost in amnesia, and to remember who we are and where we came from, that we're eternal souls. We don't have a soul, we are souls. And that begins the journey of exploration, of experiencing as a soul, as an eternal soul. As those experiences, as an experiencing soul, living the will of the soul, and realizing and remembering that while in this frequency is like the apex. That come into the coarsest plane of demonstration and remember who you really are is the apex. And many different religions have given different names to that experience. The Christed being, Johnny, whatever, you see. To be fully awake, to be fully remember in this physical body. And then there's even the potentiality, this just is coming to me. There's even the potentiality, it's there, and it's rare, to raise the frequency of the flesh and to take it with you. The flesh doesn't have to die. This is what's known as ascension. And that term has been very distorted through the years. This is super graduate work.
Thank you for sharing that. A few questions that came up while you were explaining that. One is that if, our soul or our mission as soul is to remember our true nature, right? So when we are in this process, in this journey, and we are all walking that path, in this lifetime, if one cannot fully realize their true nature, what then happens to them? Do we manifest again as form to experience?
It's not mandatory. It's the will of the soul. There's always choice. A choice can be made to do a recycling or a repeat or not. As eternal souls, we are the ultimate and absolute authority. Nothing has authority over us unless we allow it to be so. Nothing can harm us unless we allow it to be so. Which comes back to the responsibility for our own beliefs. That which attention is put on most grows strongest in life. The power of where you put your focus and what you entertain as an eternal soul.
You mentioned Brahman a little bit earlier when you were answering one of my questions, and how that Brahman or consciousness is attributeless. So, one of the main fears of people who are on their spiritual journey is about losing individuality, in the sense that we are so bonded by just the stories we are involved in, our talents, our achievements, and just essentially dissolving, for lack of a better word, into that void, into that attributeless Brahman. Even if we know that is ultimate bliss, it still essentially makes us lose those individual stories and attachments we have, right? That's at least how the mind perceives it, and that fear. So can you respond to that?
So What I heard you just say is that there's a fear of losing something that we're really not. This is the invitation about the fear, about processing the fear, because we always and already are that which we're seeking. This is the trick of the body-mind. It gets so identified with something that's not true, that's not real, and then it's afraid it's going to lose it. That's the journey. That's the journey of remembering. That's the purpose of contrasts, to help us remember that we're not these physical bodies, but in fact we're eternal souls. So the fear is rooted in losing that which we're not. That's where the work comes in. That's a little bit of shadow work. But when you have direct experience is the best remedy for that. That's why leaving the body, the protocols for leaving the body, the great work. Because once you have that experience that you're not this body, it does something. It does something to the fear. The fear becomes like,
Bouncing off of the topics that we've discussed so far, can you explain to me what your definition then of God is?
there's an absolute and a relative value of God. There's the one vast nothingness, yet all things, one vast nothingness materially, yet all things potentially, absolute value of God. And then there's the relative field, or we could say that which has attributes, or it's also could be known as the I am, or the mind of God, that has attributes. That's the best description I could give it in language. My invitation to people is, if you want to know what God is, experience it directly, and then you'll know. Until the knower of knowledge is known, the entire field of knowledge is baseless. Know yourself. Know that. It's only through direct knowingness that you know. Language is very, very limited.
You mentioned about how through direct experience we can know God. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? That how that experience can then actually make us realize God.
That has to do with disidentification. As I said earlier, we're no more these bodies than we are our cars when we get them to drive down the road to the supermarket. You don't become your car. Your car is your car. You're the driver. So when you have an experience that you're not this body, there's a disidentification, a separation that happens. Instead of being the same, there's a separation that you're in this world, but you're not of it. That this body is a vehicle for experience. But that's not who we are. So it has to do with disidentification versus identification. What are you identified with? The truth of your being and the soul's will, or with the vehicle, with the car?
Do you believe that soul contracts are real?
Yeah. We're here to experience as souls. We're here to experience all of the contrasts. And in those experiences, there's certain collective, certain groups of souls that are like tribes or family, or however you want to describe it, that share common experiences. to participate in each other's experience, to provide the opportunities to remember who we are versus that which we're not. So yeah, there are agreements, or if you want to say contracts, of people that come in to support one another and to play different roles, but it's always to provide the opportunity of experience, or I should say the experiences that are pregnant with opportunity to remember. Remembering is always the goal.
Based on the outer body experiences you've had, the direct experience you've had, what can you say about the whole mystery of death? Of course, you haven't experienced it, but just from maybe reference, what do you think that physical death looks like, and what happens after physical death?
So there's two questions there. What death is, and then what is it like after death?
Correct.
Well, when the body dies, it's just like it's an OBE. An OBE is a controlled death experience, just like near-death experiences. An OBE is the same as a near-death experience, except it's controlled, it's done consciously. If the body dies, then the soul separates. Now, the experience after death when that happens is different for everybody. For example, there's a possibility to, when the body dies, that you're fully conscious and alert, and you're just there and available for what more is possible. It depends on where your attention is and what your belief system is. If somebody was raised in a very strict belief system, when you leave the body and you pass over, you'll create that belief system and the icons that are associated with that belief system.
Can you just elaborate a little bit what you mean by the icons associated with that belief system?
It can be said that we're eternal souls, and that it can be said also that we are gods, so to speak. Okay? We're all gods. And anytime you worship something outside of yourself, you're diminishing yourself. Let's leave it at that.
So what would you have to say to stories or experiences of people who have had, for example, near-death experiences, NDEs, and they have, come back saying that they went to a place that, for lack of a better word, we can say looked like heaven, and they met Jesus, or they met their loved ones who had also passed over. So would you say that is real, that is possible, or is that a hallucination?
I would say that that's real. Let's leave it at that.
You talked about how an OBE basically is similar to death, right? In that sense. So I guess the question here comes that so many people are afraid of death, in the sense that they're either scared that it's going to hurt, that it's going to be painful, or they're afraid about what's going to happen after, and they're leaving everything away. So can you just elaborate on how an OBE actually proves that otherwise, that it is not painful, it is not the end?
Yeah. It's like a trial run on death,
I love that. I love that you said that.
We're so enculturated in this realm of all of these beliefs, all the religious institutions, and all of the distortions. Like everything else, religion started out in purity, and then through the years it becomes distorted and contaminated, okay? And we become impregnated with these beliefs, and they become our own reality. We create them because we're creators. Again, this is why the disassociation, when you leave the body, you're disassociating from the identity of being that body, and you're seeing that there's more to the story, and that maybe all of those beliefs were not accurate. They had been somehow mistranslated, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it doesn't matter, mistranslated. But you start to directly experience what's really true, and that you do exist after life, that life continues on. There's no break in consciousness.
There is a scientist that I follow. His name is Donald Hoffman, and he's also a psychologist. And now he's coming up with these theories and comparing Earth, this realm, as some type of like a virtual simulation platform, kind of like how you see a video game, right? And you're wearing this headset, and you've come into this forum, and now you're playing this so-called game, right? So can you talk about that? Because of course, when we go deeper into understanding the nature of reality, one of the first questions that comes up is that then what is Earth, right? Everything looks so real. Duality looks so real, right? There's one thing, there's another thing. Everything is dualistic, or our mind perceives it that way. So
From that intellectual perspective, what is real and what isn't real? Where attention goes, energy flows. You could say something is unreal and it's also real at the same time, and vice versa. We're creators. Where attention goes, energy flows. We give value and meaning and definition to where our attention goes, and with our belief systems.
So then what would you say that Earth is, if you had to define Earth?
It's a frequency that's a plane of demonstration that was provided for us to experience extreme contrasts. Words are so limited. Language is so limited. The direct experience is the best teacher. All words do is point, and they're always at the mercy of mistranslation.
When you mean contrast, and correct me if I'm wrong here, do you mean the extreme suffering and then the joys that
Yeah. Contrast.
provides?
Contrast, or opposite extremes. Contrast. To appreciate something fully, it's good to see the opposite of it, the contrast. It's only through contrasts. When you experience complete darkness, then you can have an appreciation for light. And by experiencing light, and then darkness shows up, you can experience the light with greater appreciation because of contrasts. It gives you a complete experience. Right, wrong, good, back, up, down, in, out. It's the same principle. To experience contrast helps us to appreciate or have greater cognition of the value and purpose of a situation.
The reason I wanted to talk a little bit about Earth with you is because of the next question I'm going to ask you, which is that are there multiple dimensions, or what we call also astral realms, beyond Earth, right? And this is something you could probably insert because of maybe the outer body experiences you've had, or the places you've gone to, or what you've seen.
Instead of using the term beyond Earth, how about if we use the term frequencies? Different vibratory frequencies, of which the Earth plane, this physical dimension plane of demonstration, is one. And yes, there's other dimensions that are finer frequencies, finer and finer frequencies. And as you raise your own vibration, leaving the body and just being who you are already, the soul, and the soul can experience those finer frequencies. That's why it's easy for the soul to access other dimensions. Again, words are limited. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, just maybe a little bit more detail, just so the viewers can understand. You basically said to replace the word of realms beyond Earth with frequencies, right? Different frequencies. So just, can you provide a little bit of a clearer understanding of what this looks like? For example, when you have an outer body experience, right? From your own experience, and when you leave your body, where are you exactly? What can you see? What does it look like? I think for people to have a better understanding of that would be very helpful.
Okay. Depending who the individual is, remember that this body-mind has a whole archive, it's a whole library, so to speak, of beliefs and conditioning. And just beyond this experience is what can be said as dimensional space. It's a place of all of these belief systems, the belief system territory, you could call it. So when the body is asleep at night, the soul leaves our body every night when we go to sleep. It's not conscious. It's an unconscious OBE. And when we dreams, the dream state is the soul experiencing in an unconscious way this dimensional space of all these belief systems, the BS territories. Okay? So you dream of family, friends, strange hallucination-like experiences. That's all of the dimensional space of our belief systems. When you go beyond that, through the dimensional space, you could start to experience other finer dimensions of reality. And you're the same. You feel the same. You could see your body, you look the same. You interact with other beings there, could talk to them, but it's telepathic. You could experience landscapes, animals. You could see deceased loved ones from your family or friends. And then as you go into higher frequencies, or other heavens, so to speak, higher heavens, each heaven has its own particular flavor, so to speak. Flavor of opportunities of experience. Up into the angelic realms, the heavens. So they're just different frequencies of experience to provide opportunities to remember for the sake of this. Because that wants to know itself. Its curiosity and desires to know itself. You have all of these frequencies, different levels and finer and finer experiences of more expansion in the direction of more and more and more, experiencing the potentiality of this that doesn't know itself but wants to know itself.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that in these other frequencies, can deceptive or negative forces also exist there?
This whole notion of deceptive or negative energies exist more like in the dimensional space, because they're our own creations. This is why it's important. It's very important on this journey of establishing that you are the ultimate authority. You're an eternal soul. You're the ultimate authority in your life. And nothing can harm your soul. Nothing. From that position, all of that is just nothing. It's just a lot of noise. It's nothing. When you're established in that, and it's relatively easy to do with some familiarity when you've been going in and out of your body. If some situation comes up, a monster, a dinosaur, a devil wants to appear to you, you could just say, "Go away," and it goes, it disappears. Because as an eternal soul, nothing can harm you, but you have to recognize and honor that in yourself.
Stefano, you haven't or were practicing meditation for several years. So now, in terms of your routine, do you still keep a daily meditation practice, or is outer body experience your practice, a day-to-day practice?
The answer is yes, I do. I still meditate, but I have my own meditation. Through the years of familiarity of the way the system works and the nature of consciousness and my relative to my attention, I still sit. It's not a daily routine like it used to be, but maybe 3 to 5 times a week, sometimes more, I'll take the time to sit, close my eyes, and because the attention is so familiar, you know how it goes. It just goes down, bring the attention down into those deeper levels. The nervous system settles down, as do the brain waves. You're just in the present moment, just being in stillness, and the thoughts, they come and they go. You notice the thoughts, and then you notice the space that they appear in. And just come back to the now, come back to the now. It's very nourishing for the body and also for the mind. It keeps that muscle in tonus of disidentification and being in control of where your attention goes. That you are that. I am that. So to answer your question is, yeah, I still sit. I like it. But it's not a practice. Like when I first started meditation back in 1972, it was like I made a job out of it, you know. Oh, I have to meditate. I have to meditate. And if I didn't meditate, then I'm a bad Catholic boy. I missed a sitting, you know. It's like, no, all that. It's not that way anymore.
Right. And when you maybe like how you described it, how you used to meditate before, it becomes very mechanical, and then it's more like just a, like a robotic routine than actually going deep into that practice.
Yeah. I'll tell you when I know. I'll know because I don't think about it. Oh, I should meditate, or no, I don't want to meditate. The impulse is just there, and I'll notice it, like the system wants to settle down. And I always get this feeling of, if I give the feeling words, it's come back, come home. And I'll go sit. 30 minutes, an hour, I don't know. I don't pay attention to the time. But it's this feeling, come back, come home. And then I honor that and I'll sit. Whatever I'm doing, I stop and I sit.
When you have an outer body experience and you see people, how do they appear to you? Like, are they in their, is it a physical form? Do they not age? Do they look different than what we see people? Are they energy or light?
They look younger.
How do they look like?
They look just like me looking at you, but younger. Younger. I saw my mom and pop, maybe it was a month ago. I don't remember. My pop passed over about 13 years ago. My mom passed over last July. And they both came to me at the same time. And I was out of body, but I was still just laying there, but I was separate. And a window opened up in my vision, a whole window opened up, and my mother's face came right in front of me and said, hi. And then she left, and my father showed up, said the same thing. And they were just smiling at me, and then they left. It was such a wonderful experience.
Why do you think it's so that they appear as younger? And is that for everyone, do you think?
Yeah, there seems to be a consensus, yeah. That when you leave the body, after you pass over, the body dies, the soul is ageless. So typically people appear to be like in their, say, 30s, early 30s. Yeah. I've also seen through the years, through the decades, I've also experienced people out of the body just fleetingly. They would come to me and show themselves, and they always looked like their younger self, like in their 20s or middle 20s to middle 30s. They always look younger and vibrant.
That's really fascinating because that goes on to prove that, like you said, the soul is ageless. But when we are in this form, we are aging and we're getting sick and we're going through these experiences. Wow. Do you think that outer body experiences and allow access to what I call parallel timelines? And I don't know if this is a question you've been asked before, but there is research that has been done on parallel universes, right? And or basically seeing alternate versions of yourself in a different timeline. What are your thoughts on that?
I've had experiences of parallel lives, and I didn't know what it was at first. I was wondering if it was like a lucid dream, or it was very strange. But as time went on, I got to recognize that it was actually, I wasn't dreaming, but yet it wasn't a lucid dream. I've never experienced a lucid dream. I just haven't, for whatever reason. But in these experiences, I would be like in a different lifetime, and it felt so real, or in a different place, or at a future time, and it felt so real. So much so that in the morning, or when I came back, it wasn't like out of the body coming back, but when I woke up, it felt like I was just in another place, like a parallel existence. So that's what I could offer about that.
You use the word void many times about entering the void. And just like when you listen to that word, it just basically kind of translates to nothingness, right, in a sense. So it's like it's very confusing to understand of how that void or that nothing feels like or looks like.
Yeah. I hear your question. Okay.
So, yeah, if you can maybe talk about that void specifically.
Yeah. I hear your question. It has to do with the word nothing, nothingness. Let's unpack that word. Nothing is two words. No thing. No thing. There's no thing there, but awareness itself doesn't depend on things. Imagine, if you will, that you're totally wide awake, present and still. Just right here. Completely present, stillness, no thoughts, just awareness itself. No thing, no thoughts. Just stillness, presence, here-ness. That's it. No thinking, just present, stillness, here-ness, nowness. But it's knowing. There's like a knowingness. It's not a knowingness of anything, because it's no thing. It's just a still presence. Very present, very still. And in that comes a curiosity, a bubble, a notion. It's not a thought. It's an experience of curiosity. And then desire.
Mhm. I know that that's what in Buddhism there's people are asked that question as well because they often associate themselves with nothingness, and that example you use of no thing, that basically it's not a thing, right? And even awareness, it's not a thing, it's just presence in its purest form, essentially.
This is where the distortion of language and the distortion in the New Age and spiritual movement, it's bound to happen. It always does. Because direct experience is the best teacher. But as soon as you try to describe it, the distortion begins. Because it's beyond words. It's beyond articulation. It's beyond definition. The best way I could answer it is that the self, what is the self? What does that mean? Keep it simple. You have the attributelessness and that which has attributes that was spawned from this so that it can know itself. Stay with that model as best you can. The absolute and relative field. This is without attributes. But at once, it's curious to know itself. This has attributes. The mind of God, the I am, it has attributes. Spawned from this.
Direct experience is the best way to realize this. And I know you've mentioned this a couple of times throughout our conversation. I do want you to the best of your capability in words, talk to us about the happiness that you get during an OBE. And the reason I want you to share this is because as body minds, as someone who is still ignorant, we are often finding happiness in external things, and that dependency is essentially what's making us suffer, because when there is a lack, when we feel there's a lack, we go searching for happiness. And what you're trying to show us is that happiness is within you and you can experience that yourself. So can you talk to us about that bliss that you feel, like compare it to something so we can understand?
I'm gonna borrow Darius's words on this. I like it. We descended, so to speak, into this amnesia, forgetting who we are and where we came from, okay? And in that, the natural reaction to that, so to speak, is this belief that we could lose something, the belief in loss. And that belief in loss then matures into, or we could say the reaction to that belief in loss is to seek outside of ourselves. Always to seek outside of ourselves all the time. When you remember, or you begin the process of remembering, there's a coming back, coming home to what's already the case, to who you already are and always have been, a remembering. And it lessens this dependency that the body-mind has for seeking outside of itself. Less and less and less and less. And it's not like it's, happiness. It's a sense of incredible equanimity and peace and centeredness. And however that is demonstrated is different for different people. But the inside experience is the same.
You talked about how this experience of self, of your true nature, helps one essentially get rid of fear of death, for example. But how can this direct experience, help people on a day-to-day life? And what I mean by that is essentially for people who are working, who have a family, and if they are walking this path, how can this realization help them?
For the reasons that we just said, it has to do with disidentification and the pulling back of seeking outside yourself. This fear, all of fear is rooted in that you could lose something. How does an eternal soul lose anything? Coming back and remembering who you are, which is what the great work accomplishes, is the remedy for that. It doesn't mean that you don't participate in the world. It's you're in the world but not of the world. You could participate. You walk through time and space. You do whatever you want to do, but you're not dependent on that, rooted in the fear of loss, because essentially there is no loss. This is the fear. This is that edge, that razor's edge about fear, the fear of loss. It's a lie. And it requires direct experience that it's a lie. And that's where out of the body has its value.
As we come close to the end of this conversation, I want to ask you about Darius's work and how you think it provides a framework for people, for example, someone who may not have had an outer body experience before in their life. And they're interested in it, but they can't do it on themselves. They can't induce it by themselves. They don't know how to. So what can they do? What is the first step they should take to be able to do this?
This is assuming that they are interested and they do want to step into what more is possible?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if they're interested in stepping towards the great work and supporting themselves and wanting to know what more is possible and that they're more than this physical body, they could always read the mission statement at Darius's website. Just read the mission statement and see if it rings true with you and if you're willing to step towards that.
Lastly, Stephano, I know I think went through a lot of different topics today, and I would love for you to just close the conversation with last few lines if you think we missed anything in this podcast, or just about a message you would like to leave to the audience as a closing note.
The best support and encouragement I could give is seriously contemplate that you're more than this physical body and that you are the ultimate authority in your life as an eternal soul, and to honor the will of the soul instead of the will of the belief system that's rooted in fear and the fear of loss.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I enjoyed our conversation today. It gave me a lot to think about, and I'm very grateful to you for helping spread this message and also to be inspiration for others. Thank you.
It's an honor. It's an honor, and I'm humbled to be here and to speak with you and your brother. Thank you.